sometime. There we go. All right, here we go. Now we're live. For all you people that are flies on the wall at home, not caring to join in on this awesome stuff, you just missed out on us talking about Brian Wade. Brian, you didn't show up, so we got to talk about you before we turned on the video recorder. Totally joking, Brian. Totally joking. All right. So let me share my screen with you here. And what I'm actually going to do is just open up a Google window here. And let me know when you see my window.
Yeah, I can see it now.
All right, cool, man. Cool. All right. So, So what I like to do first off, now the software that I use, and I don't know if you have this or not, is Laughing Bird. Do you have the Laughing Bird software?
Yes, yes I do.
Okay. Man, I love this. Actually, I just updated it yesterday, so new update came out with it. Now, anytime I'm going in to do any type of YouTube graphics, I always go to the template, of course, and I go for YouTube thumbnails because it's the perfect size, it's very simple to go with. So usually what I do is I pick like the lesson 2 because it's got the most white space, meaning I don't have to delete out as much.
Your space holder then.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
So what I like to do is I just like take that out, make it a blank template here. And let's say that I want to create a lower third. And by lower third, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Right.
Okay. So let's say I want to go for a lower third, and I want to do it for, give me a niche. Give me a niche that you want to do.
Plumbing.
Plumbing. All right, man. Check it out. All right, so let's do plumbing. Now, anytime that I do any type of image searches on Google and I'm wanting to do like a lower third, I always put in PNG right behind it because I want to look for an image that has the background taken out.
Right.
So then let's go over the images. And of course, when you want to click on search tools and you want to look for something with the usage rights of labeled for reuse, right? Okay. So you want to be able to use something that you can reuse. So we could say plumbing, then I like to look for something that what the heck?
Yeah.
That I can overuse. So let's actually say plumber. Let's try this one out. All right, this guy looks like a nice little helper. Same thing with this guy right here, a little helper. This one might be kind of good to use. Well, let's see what else they have. Sometimes you look at this stuff, you're like, what the hell was the person thinking when they created this? Like that, what the heck? All right. All right, so let's see if we're going to use this one. So always go to view image. That's kind of weird looking right there. All right, they're going to want me to download it. Say original size. Let's go ahead and download that. Oh, of course. Come on. Cheapskates. Let me copy image. Let's see if I can just grab this real quick. Here we go.
Got it.
Let's see if this will do it with the transparent background. Okay, so let's do plumber. All right, let's try this. So always import. All right, cool. So that definitely does look like we got something going on there. Okay. Now the next thing I like to do is let's go back over to our images here. And what for the lower third, now you can do several things here. You can say, you can actually type it in like lower third.
Okay.
And take off, make sure, label for reuse. You could do that. Or, I mean, what the hell? What the heck? What is going on here? Now filter for license. Okay, let's say lower third PNG. So you totally could go for something like this, like this lower third. You could use you know, it would be very difficult for anyone to actually track their tooth images. What the devil? You know, stuff like that. But or you could create it yourself, and this is actually what I like to do. So what I like to do is say something like 3D box PNG.
Okay.
Okay. Then I'll like to look for something that I can stretch out and I can use. Obviously, these are a little weird looking, too 3D-ish for me. So let's just say box PNG. Okay, that's a little bit more like it. Rectangle PNG. You know what I'm saying? What I'm looking for is I'm looking for something that I can pop in that's creative looking.
At as your lower third.
Right? Exactly, you know. And something that you can throw together kind of quickly. But it doesn't have to be, you know, 3D like that. Even something like that, but that's too cheap looking. That really looks cheap.
It looks dated or what?
Yeah, I really don't like that. Even something like this, but usually what I like to look for is like this. I like to do, let's say, white rectangle shadow. Let's try this. Here we go. All right. So this is a little bit better. And you could do something along the lines like this right here, but I'm not too sure if that's going to be the right size. Maybe something like this. We could totally try this. So let's say view image. Save image. Shadow original. Okay. All right, there we go. So we got this. Come on. What the heck? The heck? Of course, this happens while we're live.
There you go. Moving.
That is weird, man. Maybe the size? I've never seen it happen like this in Laughing Bird before. Wait a second. Okay, I know what's going on. Okay, so let's say that you wanted to use this box.
Okay.
We're going to take our crazy little guy up here. Oops, not him, my bad. Put him at 1%. Let's go back to this thing. Click on shadow.
Okay.
Oh, see, it's not long enough. So that was definitely a problem on that. Okay, so let's go back to the drawing board here. Let's go to search tools. Let's make it large. It's actually not too bad. Boy, that's great. Okay, crop the white rectangle. Let's try this one. See if we can even find it.
All right.
Okay, Now, whenever I have these images like this and you can easily lose them, what I like to always do, first thing I like to do is I like to turn on shadow so I can find it again, right?
That makes sense.
Then for this, let's find where the sides are. Okay, so we have our sides. Make it wide enough. There we go. Then what you want to do is you want to take down the height. So now we have a nice shadow lower third, right? And it's completely white. Let's go ahead and make the height a little bit better here. Let's say about like that. Okay. So then you obviously just want to drop it down however far you want, right? Now you have a nice shadowed lower third. Now you could always go in and you could always change the color, right? So you could always colorize it. You can make it semi-transparent. You can make it kind of a,
Oh, that is cool.
you know, kind of like that maybe.
Right.
Now, of course, it is a blue figured guy, so you could always make the tone maybe a teal type of color, perhaps,
Okay.
you know, or even a lightish blue, kind of like that may work right there. Let's see. So let's take our guy and let's actually take his size now. Let's try this. Let's put him kind of like right there.
Okay.
Okay, so it kind of looks like he's popping up, like he has his arm on the top of the shadow, right?
Right.
Of course, we're missing part of his head. So you could do something like this, or let's just see if we flip him around. Aha, all right.
Oh, that is.
That actually would probably look a little bit better, right?
Right.
So we can put him on this side of the video, makes him look like he's kind of chilling out there. And now you have a nice PNG thing. Of course, you could go in with him, but this doesn't really ever look very good on the video. Sometimes it does, believe it or not, is you can make that shadow, kind of bring it down on the opacity, make the distance a little bit closer to him. And you could almost do like a shadow on the video of him above it, right?
Right.
It's always something you could do. It always adds, you know, an extra little effect. Now let's go back down to the lower third. Let's try to make this a little bit better. So we have our shadow. You could make your radius higher, you know, based upon whatever you wanted to do. Your distance, usually always have the distance up there. Angle, you really don't, it really doesn't matter on that. But your radius definitely matters on your, you know, your shadow opacity there. Image opacity, of course, always leave it at 100%. But there's another thing that you can do with this. And what you can do with this is you can layer it. Now, right now we have, you know, the shadow behind the main image, right? Now, what if we were to take this image and actually let's go in and duplicate it. Now, see if we duplicate it, look what it does automatically. It puts the image shadow on top of the other image shadow, and what does it do? It creates a really nice dark line on it, right?
Right.
Right, that looks kind of cool. It looks kind of wicked.
Yeah.
Now, the different thing you could do with this is you could go into, say, image shadow, and, of course, make the image shadow. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Let's go to image color, opacity. But let's say that you make it a white image, right, on top. Okay, then we go back to image format. Okay, so now we have a white shadow background. What you could do is you could drop it right here and now send this to the back. See, now you've got a white layer. Now it looks like he's stuck in between, almost like a sandwich. But what you could do is you could send him now to the back. And now you've got a white top overlay on top of it, which you could take off your image shadow. And see what you did now is now you created another little image. And you could drop this down a little bit further. Because we want to have a little bit of that. Oh, that's a little bit too far. We have a little bit of that shadow. Okay, like that right there. Oh,
right.
that's too much. Not enough. Okay. Too much. About right there. All right, now that's wicked, right? Now you've got a nice looking lower third, correct?
Yes.
All right, so this is kind of how I create my lower thirds. And then you could take this, you could pop it into whatever video that you do, and you can just create some really amazing stuff, dude. You know, on your own without paying a graphic designer to do this for you.
Yeah, so that didn't take too long right there. That was pretty quick to have something that you're gonna be able to use multiple times.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. Now, let's say that you wanted to take this a step further. So you have your lower third created, right? Now, what
Okay.
you could do is you could take out this dude right here. And what I like to do is let's go back over to Google. And let's say for image, let's say white. Oh, gosh. Let's say vertical. Vertical. Okay. Let's say line, right? White vertical line. Okay, let's try this. PNG. Okay. So let's see if we can find a white thin vertical line. That's that right there. Actually, yeah, because I'm thinking out loud here, but that's actually too thick is that other one. We can't make it any thinner. So we definitely want to try to find a thin line. I'll show you where I'm going with this. Or even, let's say this, man. Let's try something else. Let's say oval, white.
Right.
Okay, oval, PNG. White oval PNG. That's the black around it. You'll see where I'm going with this in just a second. Ah, okay. All right, this may work. This may work.
Okay.
All right, let's say that we view this image, right? Let's only thing is, well, anyways, let's just see what we can do with it. So let's save this alt oval, right? Okay.
All right.
So now we can go in, let's import alt oval PNG. All right, so now we have this image right here.
Okay.
Let's take down the scale. Let's go over and flip it. Oh, man. Okay, so let's try this out. Let's make it wide. Let's pop this over here. We're going to send this to the back. So let's send the back. Do this. Okay. Image color. Let's say we colorize it, and let's make it a semi-dark color image. Okay, semi-dark. So let's pull this out a little bit more. So we have it on the right side. Let's do image shadow. So shadow distance, shadow radius. Let's do about right here. Image opacity about right here. Okay, image angle, shadow angle. Let's say that right there. Okay. So now if we click off of it, I don't really like that too much. I don't really like the image too much, but there's not too much I can do about this.
Okay.
So let me turn off grids. Let's go back over. Actually, that may not be such a bad idea. Let's do about right. Do you see what I'm getting at here? I'll show you.
Are you gonna put anything else there, or is that? Oh, because we're doing a thumbnail, right? Or
yeah, we're doing a thumbnail size, but this is a perfect size for YouTube.
okay.
So let's actually do this again. Let's put this back here. Which angle? Okay, so let's actually duplicate this. I'll show you what I'm doing in just a second. So let's duplicate it. And for this one, I'm going to change the color to white.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to send this to the back. Oops. Actually, let me bring this closer. Let's put it about right there. Send it to the back. Okay, so oops. It's that doggone shadow, man. That white thing that we got that's throwing it off. Gotta love graphics. They drive you crazy.
Yes.
For whatever reason, that isn't going exactly like I'd like to do. Okay, so let's just go ahead and delete out that white image in the back. So we'll just keep this guy right in here.
Okay.
Let's take that shadow radius down to about right there. Okay, now what you could do with this, and this is a bad shape to mess with, but let's just say that we export this transparent PNG into our, let's just say, oval test. Okay.
Okay.
Which is a transparent PNG. Okay, so now let's open up our video editor. So go to Coral Video Studios. Let me open up images. Okay. Oval test. All right, very good. Let me just open this up.
Now, this video editor, is that something you just got started with? Or, because I use Camtasia. I've never tried this one.
Yeah, you can do it with Camtasia too. I've been using Coral for about 2 years now.
Okay, so it's more of a just personal preference then.
Yeah, I really like Coral. Yeah,
Okay.
I love Camtasia too, but I love the Coral Video Studio.
Yeah, you guys did say it on the Mind Meld. This is where you and Frank are have different editors.
Oh yes, Frank has his very specific ones that he loves to use. And, yeah, I have my own crazy preference. So let me open up one of my old projects so we can have something here pretty quick.
All right, we're gonna dig into the box.
Into the box. Okay, so this is one of the ones I put together of one of the videos.
Okay.
So let's take out the background here of the overlay. And let's put in our overlay that we just created. So we're going to add in this overlay. Let's do this.
Oh, I see it.
Put this in. Okay, now let's make that. Let's make that to the end. Let's get our green screen guy and so you see what I did rather quickly there, which
Yeah.
I completely foobarred this up here. Okay. Which I'm doing this kind of quickly, but you see I didn't make that oval wide enough. Now I've got that video completely screwed up because I moved it accidentally. So let's move this back over here. Okay. Man, I've completely screwed this one up. I don't think I've screwed this up so badly in a while. Putting something together like this is ridiculous. What the heck? What the heck did I do? Okay. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. One of the things I did that screwed this up is I didn't put a top template up there like I typically have that covers up the top, you know, like a top line. But you see, this is that's how I kind of created those overlays that I created. And I did them all within Laughing Bird.
Decking the house for the holiday season is a long-standing tradition honored by most people.
So you see what you can do is you can create these nifty overlays through Laughing Bird software pretty quickly. That's not bad looking on the bottom. Of course, the oval definitely needs work, and we need a top, you know, part and sides as well. But, you know, you can put these things together very quickly, and then you can just quickly overlay them on top of any other video setup that you have.
Okay, yeah, now I get it. Instead of thinking per video, you're thinking, you know, do the overlay that you can just use for any niche, and then just put it, you know, the overlay like you're saying right now.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly, man. And then you just pop everything together. And it's just fluid. Once you get it in there, it's fluid, you know, that you can put it together and it just fluidly works and everything goes together correctly. But I completely screwed this up when I was doing it. Now, these were overlays that I never released. We tried it out a little bit, and obviously they were a lot different looking than what we've shown. I never did show anybody of these left overlays that I created.
Right.
But that is basically how simple it would be to create the video, man. We move the video track over here.
Like so you have two video tracks going on right there. You have your overlay, man.
Yeah, and then you could let's say that we put this about right there.
Right.
Let's move it up. And then you have two overlays going at the same time. So you have your two videos going at the same time. So you have your spokesperson.
I would always wonder, all right, so now I have the, like when you buy a package, you know, all right, now I have the spokesman with a green screen. So what am I going to do? You know,
yeah.
I never thought of doing that. Like, well, pretty much what you're just showing right here. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, and then you could just pop it straight together, man. Then you just pop out your video.
Tradition honored by most.
And you can come up with something that's hot looking, professional looking, and you can do it very easily and very quickly.
Yes, yeah, I like that part.
Yeah, that's what I love about Laughing Bird, man, is people underestimate it. They think, well, it's a cheap piece of software. You know, you get stuck with these cheap, cheesy type of things up here. But not at all, man. If you just use Google, you can come up with some crazy templates. You can create this stuff pretty quickly. And then just easily, you know, I mean, let's just say that we wanted to create this template fast. So let's just say that we duplicate this. I'll show you how crazy this is. Okay, so we duplicate this one. All right, so we could put this on the top, like right here.
Okay.
The shadow is actually on the other side. So let's flip this image. That one, maybe. Anyways, let's flip this. We'll do image shadow on. There we go. Okay, so now we have an image shadow for this top part. And you can do it like this right here. Okay, so let's go over to our white line that we did at the bottom. Let's duplicate this. We can pull this up. That's not that one. Okay, so we...
Whoa.
Holy smokes. That was weird. All right. So let's do this. Okay, so... Nope, that's not it. That's definitely not it. This one's not wanting to flip for me. Usually angle, you could just flip it up easily, but it's looking a little crazy here. Yeah, it's weird looking.
It's dancing.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, unfortunately. Ah, there we go. Okay. All right. All right, I'm an idiot. So let's take down the size angle, let's say about right here. Okay, image skew. Let's put that at 0. Okay, there we go. So now what you can do is on your width, let's make it about right there. Do this on height, about right there. Okay, so now we've got the shadow on it. So what you could do is you could come into the side here. You could just move it straight over. Okay, let's actually duplicate the element. Let's move this one over here.
Oh man.
Then, okay, move that to the back. There we go.
Right.
So we just want to inch this little sucker over there because we want to have that nice, and see what it does now. Whenever you do this and you put it behind, you got the shadow here. Now it creates this awesome 3D type of box, right?
Right.
And look at that. Look at that line. It actually, instead of looking like a square, now it looks like, what does it look like? It looks like a curve, right? It looks like a curve.
Right.
Like it's got a curve to it, and that's what the shadow creates. So that's a pretty cool bevel type of look. Okay, so let's go over to this side and say that we ship this all the way to the back. We can move this one back there as well. So now we have this wicked line right there, right? Now, what you can do is, instead of having your spokesperson, is now you could just drop your video completely in the background there without having a spokesperson, and you could just do an overlay. So that looks kind of close. Let's move that over. Okay, that's probably about as close as you're going to get it, right? Now, you don't have a bevel here on top. We don't, what I mean by bevel is we don't have one of these long lines in the back. And you could totally do that. So you could take this. Let's just say we take this one again. Let's duplicate this. And let's see where that shadow is. Okay, shadows on both sides. Let's move this up to about right here. And let's send it to the back.
I mean, we got a bit of the cheesiness of this. I fell into that. I would look at the ones that are made but never use it in this way.
Yeah, because it really does create, you know, there's so much you could do with it. So you could take, even that right there. Now look at that right there. Instead of having the white line, now you have a black shadow up there, right?
Right.
That's actually not a bad, because the white line, for whatever reason, is looking kind of bad. So actually, let's bring this to the front. A lot of trial and error here when you're working with this stuff. All right, there we go.
That's definitely a given right there, the trial and error.
Yeah, so let's bring this one closer. There we go. Okay, so let's put this down. Let's go back over here. That's what it was, man. It was the image opacity of the other one. Holy shnikes.
Now your left and right ones, should they extend past that line also?
No, we could actually leave them right here like this. So you could do it like this. So let's let's actually give this a try and see what this looks like.
Okay.
So let's export this. Now we'll say box overlay background. Okay, so let's go back over to Coral. Actually, instead of this, what I'm going to do is we'll pop another one in here. Snow removal. Okay. So we have the old overlay. Let's take out our overlay.
Okay.
Go back into my pictures here. Okay. So let's just say that we take out our guy entirely.
Okay.
Then what you could do is you can move this over. And make it like that right there. Right?
Nice.
So then you could have just a full background video and then do a voiceover.
Oh, just lay the audio track on top of it then.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh man, that now you have another video.
Yeah, exactly. Then you have another video, and it looks hot, right? It looks pretty good.
Right.
Of course, you know, I have to tidy that up to make it look nice, but you see the
Right.
white lines look good on the side. It makes it more professional looking. You can really bevel it out, and you can just add more shadows to the top. You can add different colors. You can, you know, do whatever you want within the top. And actually, one of the things that I did, because I felt that it was a little bit too plain when I actually did my videos. So what I liked to do is I actually, let's duplicate this again. And what I did is I created a white line right in the middle of the images. So I put like that right there. Went back to image format. Let's put, okay, so the height's not going to let me do anything else. So we could say like about right there. Okay. Then what you do is you take this one. Let's duplicate it. Okay.
It's crazy how it tricks your eye.
Yeah, yeah, it really does. You know, it really does. And you just got to play around with it until you get it right, until you get that white line showing up right. But you can completely layer these things up and make them look good. Now, this looks really terrible right now, the way I've done this, because I'm getting a shadow on this. There we go. Okay, so we got the shadow off of that white. Okay, then let's just take this down. Let's try to make it as little as we can. Almost like that right there. See, now you add a vanity line right into the top. And that's kind of what I did with my overlays, is I added a vanity line in the top. And Frank's like, why the heck did you put a vanity line in here? What? And I went, well, it was really just for looks because I felt it was too plain up on top, right, for my overlay. So I felt it was too plain having just a solid block up there. I added a vanity line in, kind of close to the top. I thought it made it look a little bit better, a little bit more professional. This is too close in the middle, so this feels like a bookend. But you see what I'm saying, man? This is how quickly you can put together nice-looking graphics for your YouTube channel.
And once you have it, yeah, I mean, it is going to take a while to do that master one, and then
yeah, once you get the master one done, dude, that's all I did. Is once I got that master one done, all I did was I went in and I started changing colors, right? So you just go in once you've saved your master, and you can just go in and start changing all the colors. Make sure you get your U, copy that, go over, image quality, control, copy and paste, and boom. And then you can just change, all of your colors on it really quickly. And now you've got a completely colored, different template with the same everything, right?
Right.
And that's how
I wasn't even thinking the color. Yeah, I was thinking more of, I mean, you just open another, you multiply it by so many more other possibilities. Because I was like, all right, we'll just do an overlay of another niche with the same color. But now, what you just said right now, it's different color, different, man.
Yeah, and then there's so many different variations. So you could take this color now. Let's just say that we take this color, and let's actually make it less on the opacity. You can almost do it semi-transparent. So you could do something like, wow, that feels a little bit too pinkish there. But let's say that you did a light blue kind of semi-transparent color like this right here. Okay, so let's try this. So you could do this. Okay, paste that in. Okay, so color 0.18. Okay, so let's try this. So we go here, we do 0.18. Okay, 0.18. Paste it in. There we go. Now we've got this semi-transparent type of background. Now what you can do with this then, and you actually want to go over here, let's do 2018. I'll show you what I'm up to in just a minute. So we say 0.18. Okay, so everything's semi-transparent, 0.18. Then if you want to really mess with people's minds is you export this as a PNG. Okay. You go back over here, pop that out, and let me go grab that image real quick. Oops, hey, I wonder if I do this. Oh well. Do that. Okay. But it's really not transparent enough, I don't believe. Yeah, because that whole video is in the background there. But if you make it transparent enough, then you can actually get the video to show up behind your overlay.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? So you can brand it out, and you can have your branding on it, and you can actually have the video playing behind your overlay. So you see, so people will see the clear part of the video here, but they see a semi-transparent video playing behind. You know, it's kind of wicked what you can do. And that's what you can do within it, man, is you create that semi-transparency behind it. And there's just so many different options. There's so many things that you can do with this. And that's just messing with the colors and with the images, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And this is just when you bring it down to the basics, you're just messing with shapes.
That's it. That's it, man. And there's so many different shapes you can do Bad Hair Day. There's so many different shapes that you can do with it. And you know, it really is. The imagination is where it stops. So
Right.
if you can imagine it, if you can come up with it, you can create it. And that's why I tell people, you don't need to be a graphic designer. I mean, if you hired someone, now granted, that wasn't a $500 million, graphic. I just kind of threw that together. But if you go and hire someone on Fiverr, you could pay $5, you could pay $30 for a template like that. If you go get a graphics designer, you could pay them $50 or $100. But if you start playing around with it yourself, and you will get good at this. I can create those graphics really fast now. Within a few minutes, I can spit out, a complete YouTube graphic. And once you start playing around with it and you start thinking, well, what can I do with here? What can I do with this? Use your imagination, man. You could come up with some really wicked stuff.
And the beauty of it, obviously, again, is you have the master, then that's it.
That's it. Yeah, once you create the master, I mean, I've created, 150 different overlays, different colors, different transparencies, and I spit them out really quickly. I turn on some crazy 80s music and, I spit them out within like an hour, and I was just changing everything around,
So it's kind of like, we spin articles, we spin everything. It's like you're coming into the point where you're spinning overlays then.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
And the sky's the limit, and that's just an overlay. Then you could create your YouTube bumpers. You could create your end bumpers. You could create, really nice. You've seen those really nice end bumpers, right?
Right.
You can create that within Laughing Bird. I've created bumpers like that within Laughing Bird.
Do you have time to do that right now, or are we going over the limit?
Yeah, why not? Let's give it a shot.
If you can, because that Laughing Bird, I mean, I did just look at it and I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
I didn't see it in this way where you're just showing me with shapes.
Yeah, what you can do with just shapes, right?
You definitely simplified it.
I mean,
and you get good results, so I'll take that anytime.
Yeah, I mean, you totally can. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find something here.
As a self-appointed ambassador of the group, I feel like I had to ask, or else they're gonna be like, "Why didn't he ask?"
No,
there.
I agree, man. Let me see if I can find this background that I created for this, because I actually had a guy challenge me on this in our group, and he was like, "Hey, could you create this?" And he showed me something in YouTube. I think it was actually. Let me pull up YouTube here. So I think this is Watch Mojo videos. Okay. Yeah, so let's say top 10 greatest train levels of all time. Okay, whatever.
When you subscribe.
Okay, so at the very end of Watch Mojo. They didn't have that. Okay, let's say top 10 video quotes.
With my Mazen.
Clearly, Zoolander is all hair.
Okay, well, you can come up with something like this, right?
Okay.
This isn't actually yet, but you've seen it at the end of videos, and they kind of pop it up like this at the end, and that's more of a graphic side of things. I cannot think of. I thought it was Watch Mojo, but anyways, you know what I'm saying. You can come up with some really wicked type of things. So let me see if I have this. I've not done this in a long time. This actually may be a bumper. So I think I created it last February. I can't imagine it's still all here. Oh my gosh, it actually is still here, man. I cannot believe that this thing is still here. Okay. So I created this, and this is something I created all within Laughing Bird software. So I created this template, which was this image right here.
Right.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And the way I put this together, so you put your image in. So let's go find that image. Let's say video bumper. I don't think I have the Laughing Bird template anymore, but let's actually say that. Let's say open template.
Also, you saved it within Laughing Bird then?
Yeah, I thought I did, but this has been a long time, man. I'm
Okay.
not too sure if I even have this template anymore. I know I have the image. Yeah, that's that.
Right.
My video, my projects, nope. Documents.
That would be kind of like in Photoshop having the PSD, right? What you're looking for right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where I saved this, and I don't know if I deleted it out because it's been so long. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, definitely. You get piled up. We don't delete some stuff, you're gonna get full of everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Boy, I wish I had saved that one. All right, so let's just go ahead and open up that image, though. Let's import that image in. So we'll import the image. That was video bumper. Okay, that was good. And bumpers, video placeholder. Got way too many stuff going on. Okay. So we'll open up this image. All right, so this was something I created within, right here within Laughing Bird. So basically what I did is I did the same thing as I looked up on Google, just like I showed you a few minutes ago with the images. And
Right.
I looked for a 3D pipe. This is what I typed in, like 3D pipe, type of thing. And I found this image that looked like a white PNG type of pipe. I colored it, created a, kind of a black type of, bezel on top. This was kind of crude the way I'd created it because I really should have had this covering up the sides because it looks crappy. But anyways, what I did is I just put in my names: Money Robot Training, Real Estate Training, Secrets of Video SEO, LifeStreamGenius.com. Click here to learn more. Okay. So
Right.
The final product behind this creation was this right here. And let's actually open this up. Let's see what it looks like. Oops. Okay. All right. I'm an idiot. So let's actually go back. There we go. Let's make this large and play it.
Man.
And that's what the final image is. And that's all you have to do is create that background, right? So you have your PNG, your JPEG, and then you grab other video files and you just shrink them down and you place them, whatever video files you want that you're going to advertise on your YouTube channel, and you just shrink them down, you place them right within here, and then you put your overlay music into it, and you can create that end bumper just like that.
Wow. So you're just shrinking you're also just shrinking your video, your MP4s right there on the corner. That's what you did, right? So give it that look? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it. And then you can make these things as long as you want. So for example, let's say that we, let me grab this off of my desktop again. So let's say video.
So instead of YouTube interrupting and going to to another channel or something, you make this longer. Is that what you're trying to say?
That's right. That's right.
Oh, man.
So you could totally make it longer. Okay.
Oh, I remember now.
That's really sick. I need some help. All right.
No, it actually snapped me back into the training. Like as soon as that thing came out, I was like, "Whoa, I'm awake."
Yeah. So let's say that you have another image here, right? Now, now this is where it gets kind of wicked, and this is where you can really take things to the next kind of level. I hate to say next level because everybody says that, but let's look for an accordion. Let's look for something that will make this look wild. So what I like to look for is like a 3D door, right? So we go 3D as it turns right here. So let's try this one out. So let's put this right here.
Okay.
Let's do that again. Let's go to this. Okay. So we're turning it. I hate that they're going to do this to me. Come on.
I feel you.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to create this wild effect here. So let's copy this. We'll put it right here again. Okay. So that should fit right there. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is let's take our audio. Let's make our audio a little bit longer here. Okay. So let's say that you have 6 videos that you want to show off, right? Or even more videos, however many videos you want. You want to create something like this that looks really snazzy. And then boom, right?
Right.
So that was really, really short there, obviously. It was very short, so you could actually change the length of time on this. I really don't like how it's doing that. Usually does not show something like that taking so long, but right, and you can create this 3D type of box, like it turns and then you have another ending, right?
Right.
And you create, just really professionalism. So there's so much that you can do within these softwares that you can add into it to make your images, to make your videos really pop, right?
Right.
There just is an absolute ton of things that you can do to make everything work just a heck of a lot better. And yeah, I'm screwing this up on that. But you can put these together pretty quickly on this. So again, the sky's the limit. And your imagination is the limit that you can put together these boxes. But all you want to formulate in your mind is, how you want this to show up on YouTube. So let's go to Google. And let's say that we do this. Let's try this. I'm not too sure if this is even going to work, but you could say rectangle let's say 6 rectangle box. probably have to come up with this on your own, or you can create something within, you could go to Fiverr and have someone create a template for you like this. You could tell them what you wanted it to look like, and come up with it yourself, on it. Or you could say something like this right here. Let's say that we do from scratch. You want to see something kind of from scratch?
Yes, yes.
Oh, wait a second. That's not a bad idea right there. Only problem is it's showing that, but that's not a problem. Let's see if that's a background.
Oh.
It's actually pretty hot right there, man. That's not a bad idea. So let's just save this. Let's see if we can morph this. So grid, golden rectangle grid. Okay. So let's go back over here. Let's delete this. Import in. Okay, so let's do grid. Oops. Not images. Okay. Okay, so let's see if we can.
Oh man.
Now my only problem with this is it says 300 by 185, but dude, that really doesn't matter, to be perfectly honest with you. That really doesn't matter at all, because what you're going to be doing is just placing videos right on top of it, right?
Right. So those are your space holders for your videos.
Exactly. So yeah, for those spaces, you just put your videos right into them.
Man.
So let's go over here. Let's.
You're the magician today, Michael.
Let's
I didn't know I was gonna go to a magic show today.
Let's say, let me. Oh, geez. All right. Let's see if we can grab this image again. What did we name this? Grid. All right. Here we go. Actually, hold on a second. That's not going to be correctly sized. So you definitely don't want to do that directly. You want to have it, the 1280 by 720 on this, like this. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, just to think about this for a second, man. What else could we do to this image to make it really pop? Something we could do to make this image really pop is, one, what you could do is you could take out the background, right?
Okay.
So you can actually manually scoop out the background. Gray. Okay, I have an idea, because this actually would take a little bit too long to do. So, all right, man. Let me put on my thinking cap here. Let me try this. Let's do gray rectangle box. Okay, PNG. It's actually not a bad idea. Jeez Louise. Okay, 204. So let's say that we import this. Okay. Oops. So I'm actually going to go to Format Canvas first, and we'll turn on the grid. Let's just make the grid like this. Okay.
Wow, and then duplicate after that or what?
Hmm?
And then you're just gonna duplicate?
Yeah.
Oh,
Now you've got the idea, man. Now you've got the idea. So let's actually go back on this, and let's say that we want to do beach background. Okay.
oh.
Oh, this looks beautiful. 1920. Okay. That looks really nice, right? So let's save this tropical beach background. All right, now before I get all confused on the background here, let's actually go to Format Canvas, make these grids a little bit bigger. Oh, nice, awesome, Jeff. So I just got a message from Jeff. He's hanging out in the background there. All right.
Okay.
So let's just say that we take this right here. Okay. Ah, geez. Oh, come on. Man, watch pot never boils. All right. So let's duplicate this puppy.
Oh, that's why you turn on the grid.
Yeah, so I can kind of, put these things in here,
I see. Okay.
get them kind of leveled up.
Yeah,
That way
because
they're-
the anxiety would have killed me to try to line them up if I didn't
Yeah.
know about that.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't have to worry about your. Actually, it doesn't look like we have enough for.
Or 9, right? We have 6.
Exactly. So let's actually just move these down.
Okay. So these are the bumpers that it looks like you have 6 videos playing in the background at the end, like choose.
That's right. That's right. Exactly.
Man.
Now that's kind of small. I don't really like these. Okay, now this is actually a little bit better. So let's say that we do this right here. So image size is 0.23. Okay, so what we can do is just do 0.23. Let's kind of resize these out again, like this right there. See, that's a lot better. It'll be a lot clearer.
Right.
People will be a lot more satisfied with this.
And then you said you can make this as long as you want at the end, right?
Yeah, you can totally make it as long as you want. Sorry for no finesse here, kind of on the fly.
This proves you're a human being, Michael. You're not a robot.
Yeah, man, give me a little bit longer. I might turn into that. Okay, so we've got this. Looks not too shabby, eh?
Right.
So we kind of have these boxes like this. Now, what you can do now is let's turn off that rectangle.
All right.
Okay, now we're seeing, they're not exactly evenly based. So let's move these over, make them a little bit better. Okay. That's about as good as I'm going to get on my eye. So you probably want to make them a little bit better, but for this, we're going to do that right there. So let's go over to image color.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to probably leave them gray like we have, but what I'd like to do is I'd like to add a shadow in now. So let's do blur radius down to about right here. Blur distance, blur angle, right? So we want to angle the shadow down kind of below us.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Do your blur radius kind of like this. Let's bring our shadow in, right? See, now you have a really kind of a wicked shadow on the background. Now let's see what this looks like. So let's actually import that beach. So let's do tropical beach. Let's import our image in here. Okay. Let's put this in the background. So we're going to send that to the back.
Man.
Oops. See what I did? So I left one of those white lines in there by accident. Okay. So let's take down our scale of our beach. Pop that over there. And see, now what you can do is you can say, okay, let's take down the gray side, because we want to, obviously we don't want gray showing through on our video that we do. So let's make this kind of a white. Opacity. Okay, so like this. And you can kind of see it now, so you can see it in the background. So we have our opacity of 41. So let's do 0.41. Oops. Normal. 0.41.
And those were live.
I'm sorry?
I said, and those were live, so it's acting up.
Yeah, exactly. And see, now that's wicked, man. That's really wicked, because now you have something really awesome to work with, right? And then you can just, once you've created this, you can go in easily. So let's just do this quickly here. Let's go to normal. Okay. Let's do 0.41. Okay, let's go back over the shadow. Do this. Put that down like that. Blur radius. Okay, a little bit more. Distance. So 6.5. 61. So 6, 5, 61. Okay. So all you have to do is remember your metrics. So 0.41. So 6. And you know, if it helps you out when you first start out with this, you know, you can write down your metrics quickly.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Let's go over to which color? Normal. 41. There you go. So now you have this sweet, awesome background type of thing in the background going on. And you know, you could use a background of a video. So you could put a video in there as the background, like a moving, you know, waves, but that is a little bit, that could be a little bit too much eye candy for people, you know, too much movement going on because you'll actually have these videos. So I actually recommend keeping it as a static background, right?
I mean,
So-
it did, as far as the creative side, it did sound cool, but I see what you're saying. So you have 6 things in motion, and then you have the background in motion.
Exactly.
It could be a little overkill. I mean, I did go, ooh.
Yeah, because then it would be a little bit too much. So let's do beach background. Okay, so let's go in here. And now what we'll do is drag this image in here. So let's go to pictures, beach background. So let's just say that you do 10 seconds is about the average at the end. What I like to do is I like to add in multiple overlays. So let's say that we add in 7 overlay tracks. Hit OK. All right, then you could just take your videos. So you could take, say, so now you can just drop your video overlays in here.
Nice. Then on YouTube, you just do the annotations, right? Or the
That's right. Yep,
link.
exactly. Then you just put your annotations right over top of it. See
Wow.
how simple and easy that is. And then, you know, because we did create a shadow underneath there, so you can actually move it down just about right there. And
Right.
you have just a hint of a shadow below it, you know? And there you go. And that's all you have to do, man, is you can do that just like that. See, you can see it
Yeah, that looks.
as
So
it
that's-
moves. So if you make your video, you know, 10 seconds long, so let's say that you have this thumbnail is 10 seconds long. What you can do then is you can just grab that material there. So you, when you create your 10-second video that you want to have shown, you can split your clip up. So let's say that you have a 3-minute plumbing video showing all these different scenes of plumbing. You
Okay.
can split that video up and have, you know, different scenes show up. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. So you can overlay and have different scenes show up with the video. So for example, let's say that we take a plumbing. Let's find a video.
And I can see how this gets you going to the next idea, to the next idea.
Yeah. I mean, dude, the sky is the limit, man. I'm serious. Once you get going on this stuff, you'll find yourself sometimes all day long. You're like, okay, where did my day go? And you know, but you look at what you've created here. I mean, that's the really cool part. Is once you've created something like this, you can look at it and go, oh my gosh, I just created this, and this was really, really wicked, and it came out really awesome, right?
Right.
And that's where the real fun begins, because you get to see all the different things you did with it.
And even though you know, like that one spokesperson that you showed on the first one, I mean, obviously everybody's seen that one, but with this touch that you added, it's like a whole new video.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it totally is. So let's say this video right here. Okay, so it's a nuclear bomb exploding. So bomb starts to explode at about the 8-second mark, right?
Okay.
So we've only got 10 seconds to do this. So there's a couple of different ways that you can create this video. And one of the ways that you can create this video, and this is kind of wicked, is you can create a quick, okay, I think this is an idea here. So let's go over here and do video speak. I think, yeah, this was a tool I bought. Now, of course, I'm just trying to see if I can do it with this. If I can do it with this, then it's kind of what I did for the LSG Pro launch, I believe. So let me find this video. Okay. So what you can create is a GIF, right? A GIF image of it. So if you can create a GIF image and export that video, download that image, pop it into the video editor. So let's see if we can find this. Launch or Nuke.
What is that email spike thing? Is that just to create your GIFs?
Man, yeah. Oh, dude, that email spike is really, it's really simple. So this creates really short videos for your emails. Like we dropped out. Let's see if the video creator works. I don't know if this image is still here. No.
So you can put it in your email?
Yeah, you can pop these right in your email. And it shows, it looks like a video, and you can hit play, and it plays like a 10-second video within the email. And people think it's a video, so they click it.
Oh, man.
Exactly. So you can create some really fast stuff. Same thing with timers. You can pop timers right into your email, countdown timers. So this was a pretty wicked little tool, but let me see if I can find this.
Didn't want to distract you, but I was like, what is that? Another nugget right there.
Yeah, there's another nugget right there, man. So let's see if we can open up this GIF. Photo gallery. I think we'll have to use photos. Let's try this out. Okay, so here we go. So this was a 10-second thing, right? So it took that video of that nuclear launch, and it created 10 seconds, and boom, there you go. So it put the video together really quickly, right?
Right.
And this is so yeah. So you could create a video. So let's say video GIF creator. Let's see if we can find something up here. Video the GIF creator Giphy. Okay. Let's try this out. Desktop Nuke. Okay, launch. Okay, here we go. LSG launch. Okay, so only supports 100 megabytes. Let's try something else out. How big is that? Of course, 104 megabytes. Come on. Are you serious? 105. LSG video. Okay, so that's 33 seconds, only 11 minutes. This video is for LSG. Let's try this out. Big stop. Okay, 13-second video. That actually wouldn't be a bad idea for a 13-second video. Spawn, 11 seconds, 19 seconds. So let's actually try this out right here. Okay, so it loads the video up. So you could take a longer video and you could say, okay, duration, I want it to be, so max is going to be about 10 seconds for your GIF, right? You could put in caption, don't worry about it. And then you could create your GIF, right? So if you take a longer video, it will smash the video together and it will create a 10-second cut. And then you could take that and you could pop it into this and have your video show up and only show 10 seconds, right? Or you could do something like this. So let's start the video. Let's say within the editor, let's start the video at about right here.
Okay, so you're saying for the 6 boxes, those are all GIFs
and the GIF maker shrinks it into 10 seconds.
Exactly. So you could take a longer video and you could have it smash down and create something really quickly. Or you could just take your video and edit out manually here. So let's say that we stop it at this right here. So let's say that we split the clip right here, okay, at the bomb exploding. And then what you could do is you could take this, you could move it in about right here, like this, overlay it. Okay, let's say that we split the clip right here. So you could say, okay, let's split clip, and let's go to right here. So we could split the clip right here. We could delete out this middle, take this end, copy it over here, put that down to 10 seconds. Okay, so let's just say that we have this video, and let's so you do something like this. Now, obviously, these videos you'll have to put in the same area, right?
Right, right.
So let's move that up here. Okay, let's try this out. Huh.
Nice.
Wicked, right? So you can just quickly put your images together and create your videos.
So that's how they do that at the end then. Okay.
Yep. And you could just, man, you just come up with something sick. And of course, you want to make sure that you turn off your videos. So if you have them in your video editor, make sure that you mute them out so you don't have that nuclear sound or any other type of images going. But see, now that's just cool, man. So you can have 6 different videos or however many videos that you want. And, you can have them all within there and put your music to it and whatnot. And before you know it, you've created this wicked bumper.
So if, going back to your real estate training, so if you had like an agent that had 3 listings, you could do that bumper with, videos of 3 other listings.
Oh, yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah.
Man.
With the real estate home back there, house for sale. Yeah, anything that you wanted to, man. You could have each individual house as a bumper and, have the images flip or slide in or however you want, or you could have it all within one template with her call to action. Like you could have 3 nice videos here with call, Sandra Gillespie and right here at the phone number, blah, blah, blah.
Right. Man, and like that, it's a lot different than just, having one listing. I mean, as far as the agent, they'll have to see it as like, man, you're creating it so it can grab them to the next video and the next video.
Yeah, exactly. And you can do anything that you want with it. And that's the power of it, man. That is the power of it. So anything that you can think of, you can create. And I created that all with Laughing Bird software, man.
I mean, yeah, that is true. Instead of the $600, $700, $800 software.
Yeah, exactly. So you can do everything within it. Exactly. Yep.
And that was the bonus track right there. I got the bonus track with the bumper.
Pretty much, man. Yeah, but anything that you can want to create, you can create.
Right. So this is where, like myself, I'm just starting to really try to systemize everything as far as, well, with the automation that you guys have created with LSG. So now I don't have to spend time on that end, and I'm gonna dedicate some time on this so I can really have something to put out there and not tell myself, oh, I don't have anything. Because with LSG, I mean, once you get that going, it's I mean, I had a problem with, I know it's a topic that keeps coming back up, the thumbnail thing, I'm doing too many. I did have that where since I was ranking locally a lot and all the cities, I kept popping up. So then I scared myself into, oh, I gotta stop. I thought I was a big shot already. Like, I was like, man.
You can take over, man. You can take anything over, and don't get scared of it. Just keep going.
Okay. Okay.
Every time you hit an obstacle, or someone tells you, "Oh man, you can't do that. You're going to get banned." You're going to say, "Yeah, right. I'm not going to get banned. I'm going to be freaking rolling, dude." And just keep going, because there are people out there that try to scare you on stuff. Oh, don't do that. You're going to get banned.
Right.
Or hey, don't. Yeah, because they are terrified that you're going to take over their niche. I'm getting ready to get into launch jacking. I haven't done any launch jacking in a long time. And God help anyone that's going to be launch jacking the products that I'm going after. Those poor souls. So, just a warning to anybody doing launch jacking, watching this video, watch the heck out, because what I'm getting ready to pull out of my bag is going to blow everybody off of page one. At least that's my goal. So if you go big, man, go large. Whatever you do in your life, whatever you do with it, videos, graphics, launch jacking, marketing, go large. Don't go small. Go large, because really there's no one that's going to be there to stop you. You've got all the power that you need. You've got all the tools that you need. I mean, you've got LSG, you've got Laughing Bird, you've got God knows what other tools, man, that you have yourself. Dude, the magic is all in the fingers. It's all in the fingers. But the real magic is right here. So whatever you can imagine, you can do.
And Michael, it is the results, that I did do with LSG, and that's what I'm telling you. It was kind of like, I was determined to get those results. Then I got those results. I got a little overwhelmed, like, whoa. And then all the voices of everybody that you hear, all the other advice you get from other people. Don't do that, don't do this. So then you're like, okay, let me tone it down, instead of at that moment, let me duplicate what I just did. And I'm just being completely transparent. That's the shock I got. It was a shock for me to start seeing all these videos start popping up in different cities, and I'm like, oh, that's me. Even 5 in one, Yeah. I mean, it was a niche that I feel like nobody else is getting. So when I had 5 of those different channels, but I knew it was me because of the thumbnail, I was like, oh man, I better tone it down. Instead of saying, let me get 10. Why 5?
Yeah. Why stop now, man? If you've got this right, the way I see it, honestly, is why stop now. Switch out the video, create a different thumbnail if you want.
Well, what you just showed me right now, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm just excited. Well, you just showed me right now. I mean, now I'm just, it's a whole other, obviously it's still me, but it looks like it's a whole other person. Promoting the same niche, but it's all gonna go back to the same client, and I'm just like, this is genius.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. It's just adding as many different elements as you want and as you can into it, because don't let the naysayers, and there's plenty of naysayers, and I hear them myself. Guys will send me a private message, Michael, you need to I actually kind of laughed. I'm like, you need to slow down, Michael. You're going too hard. Google's going to slap you. No, you're just upset that I'm ranking and banking. So Actually, thank you for telling me that I need to slow down because now I'm gonna double my efforts. I need to do more. I need to work harder with this. That whenever I hear a naysayer, one of two things. One, they're honestly caring for you, and they actually do care. And you do get a few of those.
Right.
Don't do this, or you're going to. I had that when I was 17. I had flipped burgers for 2 years at a Hardee's. I don't know if you have a Hardee's where you live. So I worked in a Hardee's. It was like a breakfast type of joint, and flipped burgers and whatnot for 2 years. And I saved up, and this was in 1990. This was in 1996. So I bought. No, sorry, this was 1998. I bought a 1997 Kawasaki Bayou 4-wheeler, an ATV, right?
Okay.
And I loved my ATV, dude. I rode for 2 weeks. I rode like a bat out of hell. Okay,
Wow.
Everywhere I went, I was in fifth gear, full, maniac. Everywhere I went in fifth gear doing about 60, 65 miles per hour. So this one day I'm speeding up to my grandfather's house, which he lived, near us, and he got really mad at me. He's like, "Boy, let me tell you what, you're going to kill yourself or you're going to kill someone else if you keep driving like that." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever, Pops.
Yeah.
What do you know, you old bag of bones?" Not what I said, what I thought. If I had said that, he would have kicked me off the 4-wheeler, right? Dude, I almost killed myself 5 minutes later. I had a head-on collision with my mom. She was in her car coming home from work. I was going full throttle. I was doing about 60. And I hit her head-on in our driveway. We had a long driveway, about half a mile long. And I hit her head-on with my ATV right into her car.
Oh, shoot.
And the impact was so hard. She had a 1997 Hyundai Accent, The impact was so hard, it knocked the radiator in her car into our dashboard.
Oh, you see? Wow.
It blew all of her windows out. It launched me off the 4-wheeler, and you know what? You have an ATV. Have you ever ridden the ATV?
Right.
Huh?
Yes, no, I know what it is.
Okay, so it bent the steering console. The steering wheels are they're made of steel.
Right.
It bent the steering console completely backwards.
Man.
When I got smashed, man. I mean, it was a combined, because she was doing about 20. So it was a combined accident of about 80 miles per hour, and it was instantaneous. I've never experienced such a thing in my life. And tell you what, that was good advice. My grandfather was like, "You're going to kill yourself or kill someone else." And I almost killed myself and killed my mom 5 minutes later,
Right.
But I'll say this for Kawasaki. The 4-wheeler started back up, and I drove it back to the house, even though the front wheels were completely bent in, the whole engine casing. Huh?
I say, and it still started?
It still started, man. I drove back, and as I'm driving back to the house with my mom, her car was totaled. She couldn't even move it. Poor mom was terrified. I was terrified. I broke a couple of ribs, a couple of fingers, were broken. And I found my shoe 150 feet behind me.
Are you serious?
It blew my right shoe completely off my foot. And it was 150 feet behind us on the middle of the road, still tied up. It was, I've never seen or experienced such a thing before. And yeah, it was amazing, man. I walked away. But crazy things happen in life. Anyways, if people give you good advice like that, it's good. Listen to it. But if it's someone that you think has an ulterior motive, or they're scared and they don't understand what you're doing in marketing, and you get that. I get that all the time. People will get scared whenever I share a strategy with them because they haven't ever heard the strategy before, or they think that you're out of your frickin' mind. And they're right. I am out of my mind. I admit it. But, if it makes money, then you do it, right?
Right.
As long as it's not illegal and it's not I try not to do anything black hat. But you know, if there's ways that you can generate money online, there is ways that you can generate money online, and you can do this. You know, so these are all tools that we can use, these graphics and whatnot. But yeah, if you hear someone, oh, don't do it, you're going to lose out. No, that's a fear tactic. Okay, I'm going to do it, and now I'm going to double my efforts because someone like you doesn't believe I can do it or shouldn't do it. Now I'm going to do twice as much. You know. So yeah.
Well, that's exactly at the point that I'm at, and you know, it's just to flip the switch, because it is. I mean, when you get results, because you always hear results, but then when you actually get it, because you follow the plan, and you see it in your face. I even like, am I an incognito? I will call somebody else that's never searched this term. Like, can you search this for me? Oh yeah, I see all these videos, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And it's you look back, and you know, you're alone in your computer, and you're like, man, I just did something, and then the fear, you know,
Yeah.
is what kicks in, and like, I don't want to destroy this, or you know, worse off, you don't want to get your client into trouble.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I do like the aggressive. You know, I am myself. You know, I know Frank likes to tell you that you take it to the limit. I mean, I that's the style I like to go. But in this, since it was so new, I was like, all right, all the other advice you hear, you know, to fear the big G.
Yeah.
And it was like no man's land for me. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
now,
You know, it is a legitimate thing, man. And I agree. Now, clients, I do things a little bit differently. So I tone it down for clients. But what I do is I create more accounts and more unique ability and different thumbnails and, you know, make the videos look different. And, you know, the same thing too. Another thing you can do is you can create intros. So for your video, you can have an intro instead of, you know, with an outro, you can have your outros and your bumpers. But you can also create a video thumbnail or a YouTube thumbnail, you know, through Laughing Bird.
okay.
And you can have an intro with music, you know, and a graphic or a video graphic or whatever, you know. What's the name of your marketing company?
Local Web Choice.
Okay, so you could have like, you know, a video of local web choice coming in. And you could build that through the digital juice, you know, with the whatever it is, the Adobe Elements, and you know, create this really nice little intro, pop it in. Well, that's even more unique ability within YouTube because now you have a unique intro leader for your video, and you can create so much other things off of that.
Well, I'm gonna stick to this for now because that digital juice. I mean, I when I'm ready to get that,
Yeah.
oh man, that's gonna be crazy. But I mean, this alone right here, it is gonna get me into doing something, so I won't try to stop myself until I get digital juice. No, I have enough right now to do something, and you know, I appreciate the time. You know, I want to thank everybody else that didn't jump in because now I just got a one-on-one with Michael.
You guys suck. Y'all missed out. You lost it. No, I'm joking, guys. I'm totally joking there.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, man. Hey, you know what? You snooze, you lose. And you know what? It really was kind of unfair for me. I popped in the group and I went, "Hey, crazy guys ready to talk. Anybody want to jump in?" I mean, it's Saturday afternoon. No one's going to be up right now. They're probably out with family, mowing the lawn, you know, picking apples or something.
Right.
You know, so if they have a beautiful lady, they're over there smooching, you know, whatever. Okay, whatever floats your boat. But yeah, I'm glad you jumped up, man. I'm glad you came on because no one else came on, you know. And I was sitting there listening to my crazy music, and I was like, I'm gonna have to shut this thing down if nobody comes in here. So I'm really glad you came in. So thank you.
Well, thanks for the time. Now I just I gotta do it now. So if
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
how long do you think the? Oh well, it's a hangout, so it'll be ready in a while. So I could just pause and on those parts that were a little bit well, not confusing, but just the way you did the shadows and all your.
Yeah, man. Listen, I did it fast, and I probably made it look really easy, but it does take time when you're first learning it, you know.
But I like the results, so that was good.
Yeah, yeah, and just think about this too. The graphics you find up there, you don't have to use just shadows and colors and shapes like I did. Man, you can find some really professional looking stuff and put it together too. You
Okay, I
know,
will.
like for example, actually, I'll show you one more thing.
Oh, perfect.
Let me share my screen with you. Don't get too excited. I don't know if this is that great looking. Let me grab a background here. Now, when I was creating my backgrounds for the overlays that I never did release, one of them I created as a test was kind of a wicked idea. And I think you'd probably like this. Okay, so here we go. So this was an idea, and it actually came out kind of cool. So I was kind of looking for a patriotic. So you see, I used just the regular background, and I made it semi-transparent, and then I took an American flag, and I overlaid it on the background, an image of an American flag, and it made it look kind of pastel, you know. But I thought this looked really cool.
Also, instead of the boxes that we were just dealing with the shapes, now you put a image in the shape.
That's right.
Oh man.
Yeah, and that was really wicked looking.
And then obviously you can just start. Every shape is a whole new overlay.
Exactly.
So now we're talking colors, shapes. I mean the colors and images within your master overlays, and now you're just wow.
Yeah.
It's never ending then.
It's never ending, man. And there's just constant things that you can do with it, you know. So, yeah. Yes, like I said, the sky's the limit. So you can really just come up with all sorts of crazy type of images, you know.
Another bonus.
Just another idea, you know. Overlays and laying things over top of it and whatnot. And yeah, actually, I think that one, to be perfectly honest with you, I used that in the Laughing Bird software, but when I created that overlay of the flag on the overlay, okay, without sounding too confusing, I think I used Adobe Illustrator for that.
Okay.
So I think I actually imported my template and then overlaid the American flag on it. That way, the transparent area was completely covered. So that was actually a little bit additional work in Illustrator, but I'm sure you could come up with something like that in Laughing Bird.
Well, that's not now. I just want to give it a shot now. With all this info that I just got right now. So
yeah. All right, man.
I'm good to go right now. I appreciate all the help, Michael.
Definitely, man. Thanks for coming in. And guys, thanks for joining us. I see you on Viewers. And I'll give you a link whenever I get this taken care of, man.
Perfect. You have a good day.
All right, dude. You too, man. Have a good weekend. See you later.
Bye.